Let's get ready for a very exciting session here, which is synergy between luxury catering companies and star hotel. And today we begin this session by inviting our guest of honor, ladies and gentlemen. अभी तालियां इतनी जोर से बजनी चाहिए, पूरे अहमदाबाद को सुनाई देनी चाहिए, because we have none other than our guest of honor, Prince of Udaipur and Executive Director, HRH Hotels. Yes, you know who I'm talking about. Globally acclaimed Royal Icare, ladies and gentlemen. He's incredibly the one and only Indian to achieve 4 Guinness World Records in philanthropy and the 7th Indian to be honored with the Bharat Gaurav Awards at the British Parliament. Zordar taaliyon ke saath please welcome Shri Lakshyaraj Singh Mewar. Thodi taaliyan zor se. And I invite Jaydeep sir to please join us and felicitate Lakshyaraj ji. Thodi taaliyan Jaydeep sir ke zor se honi chahiye. He's the man who's made this event possible. All right, let's go ahead now. Please welcome on stage the global thought leader and trendsetter in the luxury catering segment, chairman and managing director of Foodlink, India's largest and most reputed enterprise in this domain. Zordar taaliyan ho jaye as I invite Mr. Sanjay Wazirani, who brings in best-in-class cuisines to any location on the global field with impeccable services and today has the most illustrious list of clients in the country. And to felicitate sir, may I please invite Rohan Shah. Rohan, please join us. And we talk about Royal Rajasthan. Jaipur ki jab hum baat karte hain, this property is one of our favorites, everybody's favorites. Yes, we are talking about Fairmont Jaipur, and we're pleased to welcome Mr. Rajiv Kapoor, General Manager, Fairmont Jaipur. A stalwart in hospitality and luxury segment, Mr. Rajiv Kapoor comes with a varied range of hospitality and understanding of the world of luxury. And with that, let's go ahead and begin our session, which is synergy between luxury catering companies and star hotels.
Thank you so much for an amazing introduction of all the dignitaries on dais. Are you guys excited? With the most awaited session of this 2-day convention. And what a panel we have today. And I'm really excited to be a part of this session and to moderate it. We have the Prince Charming with us on my left, and we have Sanjay, the business visionary who turns dollars and dirhams so quickly. So great, and we have Smart Dashing, General Manager from Fairmont, Rajiv Kapoor. So it's an amazing panel to talk to. So it is basically what we all wedding planners or event planners whenever we take a wedding to a star hotel for the star experience, the biggest challenge that comes is the taste bud versus the hospitality standards, is what we always try and sing together. Today, what we want to achieve from this session is how do we synergize this experience of a star hotel along with the lifestyle catering demands, which is emerging day after day by the client and giving that experience to a next level. So I will start the session with the very first question to Rajiv Kapoor on my right, and asking him that you, as a hotel, I cover hotels, so you have hotels worldwide, right? And you have the best of the chef at your hotel to give that food experience. At that point in time when we have weddings and we want the typical, authentic, traditional taste. So when a client approaches you, which is the best way as a hotel, and you represent at the paramount of the hotel to do justice to that requirement, if you can give some insight on that.
Now, first of all, very good afternoon and good evening to everybody. And yeah, JD, you know, we are running a Fairmont, and if you see, as a hotel, I can talk about my hotel and as a industry in particular. What we focus on, the biggest thing is to satisfy the guest. And the essence for every wedding, the base is a quality food. Now, at hotels, whether it's my hotel or ITC or any other hotel you see, we invest a lot in having a lot of process in the hotel, whether it's HACCP, food quality. We invest in best of the chefs from Peshawris to whatever. But like you said, there is some part of food which definitely a local cuisine or a chart or a separate, cuisine which guest definitely needs in all way. And the best way how we tackle at our hotel is we satisfy our guest by giving our best, right? We closes our menus in our rooms and food and beverage costings for the guest, but we keep it very open for the guest at Fairmont by saying, listen, there are some aspects of chart or a noble cuisine which is very close and dear to the guest heart. And we as a hotel is ready to work with, a company like Foodlink, like Sanjay, what brings with, a lot of expertise to work together to take food to a different heights altogether. Now, this collaboration, why it is required in today's world may not be 10 years ago, because, a lot of guests are traveling to a lot of hotels in different weddings altogether. Now, when they go to different hotels and they adapt to the hotel cuisines, the regional things what they need, a hotel may not be able to get what, cuisine, what Foodlink might be able to bring. If I as a hotel today say no to it, but then I'm not doing full justice to the wedding. The only thing which hotel needs is very clear that, listen, the food safety aspect, the health aspect, we both need to take care so that when a guest comes from whichever place, he should experience both our cuisines together and go with the amazing experience of a wedding. So that's what I will recommend as the trend forward, what we as hotels, especially at Fairmont, what we follow.
So rightly said, the customer sat is the most important thing. It's not a no to outside food, but hygiene has to be in place so that from our end as well in the hotel, it's taken care. So well said, Rajiv. Thank you so much for that insight. Question comes to Sanjay that every hotel has its own ways to say no and yes. When it comes to catering, we give you not our principal kitchen, but we give you a makeshift kitchen. In that case, do you feel that extended kitchen and had you have that principal kitchen, you would have done more justice? Or how you take this approach of a client tying up with a hotel and still with the same amount of respect you still achieve because your chefs are all qualified celebrity chef you work with? So why aren't they allowed in the principal kitchen and why mix? Because when it's a buyout, that kitchen should belong to you and you still work on a temporary kitchen. So is there a delay in between or what is the answer to that question?
So Jaydeep, in my view, we by and large have been collaborating with best of the hotels globally. Very few hotels where, we have a challenge about, using a satellite or a sub kitchen, or maybe we are treated like outsiders. But, the adaptability, which is the biggest virtue, our quality of, people we train, any odd situation or a tight situation, we are capable of delivering the best. And hence we are the ones, who can, standing on the road, kind of cater to any kind of situation. The value systems, the compliances, I think by and large, we run the same as a hotel. In these current terms, food safety for us also is a very, very big subject, and we are spending a lot of time, energy and money in training our people. So I think compliance level, we are at par. I think 5 years back, maybe that was the case, that hotels would have objection, us coming, or they would be pursuing us as a threat. But I think not only India, but on a global platform, we have worked in around 22 countries, gone and done Indian weddings. But acceptability abroad, definitely we are more in demand because, people do not know how to cater to an Indian wedding. But in India, I think now we are at par with hotel. Most of the hotels do accept us and give us adequate, support, what we look for, barring a few.
I myself experienced, we were doing at the Max Royal in Antalya, which is the world's amongst top 20, the top #1 hotel. And it wasn't buyout, and they did with your credentials. You were part of that amazing wedding, and you did justice to Indian cuisine. So you have created different benchmark and niche in your space, but largely people who are popular but not really. That is a big delay which we find it. With Foodlink, it's not an issue, but yes, with your expertise, you are at times at par with the brand hotels. and so you have a red carpet there in their hotels. But when we are talking about as a overall as an industry, it's always, but yes, you, as you rightly said, you invest a lot in R&D and your own people training and all that, and your hygiene standards. So I'm sure there's very more comfortable with you. But normally it's a challenge with the hotel versus other catering companies come across.
So again, my recommendation or suggestion to my peers or my, fraternity caterers would be to pay slight little extra more attention on hygiene, because eventually hotel is responsible if anything on the food safety goes wrong. So I think at our level, if our fellow caterers do, bootstrap a little and upgrade a little bit of their food safety procedures, which is very simple actually to do, I think there should be no issue. But from the hotel perspective, I think, there are a lot of reasons why a hotel would need a company of our kind or any other standalone caterer, surely because, there's such a diverse need when it comes to catering. The nuances of each community, each religion, we have, over 2 decades barely mastered it. If it's a, peculiar Jain community wanting, I can talk of examples. We did a wedding, Jain wedding in Bahrain, where the guest demand was a buyout, but buyout should be 2 days prior, because the guest wanted to disinfect the hotel, remove all the non-vegetarian food out of a Muslim-run hotel, and they achieved it. They had to keep 11 restaurants closed. There was a newspaper, big article, hotel apologizing to the regular patrons that for next 7 days, sorry, we are closing down our restaurants. So I think, it's about the nuances which hotel at a point will have to agree. Being in the business, what I can see coming, at a point, 5-star hotels needed a Nobu to be part of it to boost its, F&B abilities, or it would need, a branded standalone international brand to come and boost. But what I see now, that they might have to have a good catering company on their side to make guests comfortable, because it's all about good weddings now. It's not only in India, but my experience is, of late I have been learning a little business in UAE. And Doha, there are 3 hotel inquiries to us that they are designing the hotel completely keeping Indian wedding in mind. And they have a huge demand for people of our kind and caliber who already have the facility created, talent capital parked, and it's going to be very easy for the hotel also to plug and play with us.
Great. It's a moment of pride for India to have Foodlink with us, who are a consultant to those kind of branded hotels and designing as a wedding hotel, and they are consulting, and it's a great thing. So ultimately, it's a lot of learning, a lot of training and hygiene standards every outdoor catering company has to look into if you really want to reach out to the best of the hotels nationally or internationally. Great. Thank you, Sanjay, for that insight. And now, to our Prince Charming HRH group of hotels and palatial hotels, people who come and celebrate weddings at your property, they have amazing expectations in terms of royal dining, sit down, lot of expectation on food, which royalties normally have. And these are the kind of things average couple or who really has money now want to spend and create their experiences. I'm sure everybody comes with their various different demands. Unlike people go to a hotel with X demand. Coming to HRH group and a Jagmandir or at the Shivdeva, Fateh Prakash, it's a different kind of demand. So how the day you decided to start doing weddings at the palace, I'm sure you being so involved into a minute thing, how did the thought itself came celebrating wedding at the palace and then doing justice to the crazy demands of the wedding industry? I apologize before asking. The smile itself says everything. Namaskar.
काश मुझे थोड़ी गुजराती आती तो मैं आप लोगों से संवाद जो है गुजराती में करता। अंग्रेजी मेरी थोड़ी सी तंग है और मेरे को बोला गया है कि बात ज्ञान की करनी है तो मैं जो है साथ हिंदी का लेऊंगा। नॉट बिकॉज मैं किसी भी तरीके से किसी भी भाषा के खिलाफ हूं या किसी संस्कृति के खिलाफ हूं, पर अन्य भाषाओं को, अंतरराष्ट्रीय भाषाओं को हम लोगों को बोलना चाहिए और आना चाहिए, खास तौर के ऊपर जिस व्यवसाय के अंदर हम लोग हैं। पर एक छोटी सी बात हमारी संस्कृति हम लोगों को समझाती है, जिसके पहले कि मैं जेडी भाई के सवाल के ऊपर आऊं, तो आपने कहा था ज्ञान की बात करनी, इसलिए देखो ज्ञान की बात से शुरू कर रहा हूं मैं। तो अब देखिए, जो एक पैगाम, एक सोच हमारे को हमारी संस्कृति या अन्य भाषाएं भी जो हम लोगों को बताती हैं। अब आप अंग्रेजी का उदाहरण उठाएं तो देखिए, वो ए फॉर एप्पल पर शुरू होती है और जेड फॉर जीरो पर जाकर खत्म हो जाती है। आप हिंदी की भाषा को उठा के देखिए, अ से अनपढ़ पे शुरू होती है, ज्ञ पर ज्ञानी पर जाकर छोड़ती है आपको। तो शायद इस सवाल का जवाब भी कहीं ना कहीं इसी के अंदर छुपा हुआ है कि वक्त आया है कि हम लोग हमारे संस्कृति के करीब आए, हम लोग हमारी मिट्टी के करीब आए, हम लोग हमारी धरोहर के करीब आए, हम लोग इन चीजों को थोड़ा सा पहचानना और इन चीजों के ऊपर गर्व करना और सम्मान करना थोड़ा सा सीखें, इसको थोड़ा सा कूल बनाएं। उस चीज की थोड़ी सी आवश्यकता मैं मानता हूं कि हमारे लिए ज्यादा है। जहां तक सवाल रहा इन डिमांड्स का, सबसे पहली बात तो मैं कहूंगा कि इसका श्रेय जो है वो मेरे पिताश्री को जाता है। 80 के दशक के अंदर इस सोच को सबसे पहले जो है वो आगे रखा गया और इस शादी की परंपरा को घर की चौखट से और घर की दहलीज से बाहर निकाला गया। हम लोग सब वाकिफ हैं, हम लोग सब जानते हैं कि ये किस्सा, ये सिलसिला किस प्रकार से शुरू हुआ। हर आदमी के घर के आंगन से इसकी शुरुआत हुई, आगाज हुई, जहां से डोली उठती थी और बारात आती थी और सारा कार्यक्रम घर पे होता था। तो कहीं ना कहीं इस सोच को रखा गया, जहां पे ये कहा गया, बताया गया, एक सपना दिखाया गया, जो आज इस सभागार के अंदर जो लोग मौजूद हैं, इस क्षेत्र के अंदर नहीं, इस देश के अंदर नहीं, पर इस दुनिया के अंदर उस सोच का अगर पुरनूर जलवा अगर बिखेर रहे हैं, तो ये एक इवेंट मैनेजमेंट इंडस्ट्री आज की तारीख में जो हिंदुस्तान में खड़ी हुई है, वो आज इस काम को बखूबी निभा रही है। और एक हिंदुस्तानी का सपना जो है, केवल अपने घर में नहीं, अपने शहर में नहीं, अपने देश में नहीं, पर उसको अंतरराष्ट्रीय ले जाने के अंदर उस सपने को साकार कर रही है। और जब देखिए ऐसे लोग हों, ऐसे भाई हों और ऐसा परिवार हो, तो ऐसा कौन सा सपना है या ऐसी कौन सी डिमांड है जो मैं मानता हूं कि शायद पूरी ना हो सके। जो करने वाले हैं वो यहां बैठे हैं, कराने वाले जो हैं वो इस देश में हैं। और जब लोग साथ में मिल जाएं और करने वाले और कराने वाले मिल जाएं, तो फिर वो चीज अपने आप बखूबी जो है वो होने लग जाती है, चीज वहां तक पहुंचने लग जाती है। अब तो ये कहते हैं कि द क्रेजियर द डिमांड, ब्रिंग इट ऑन, लेट्स सी हु इज गोइंग टू टेक दैट चैलेंज।
So well narrated and really what we all belong to. But there could be craziest thing, but comfort at anybody who's wants to celebrate larger than life, the only answer that comes to is at the Palace Udaipur. So great hospitality we've been experiencing for more than 20 years now. It's a place to celebrate. I would like this to be more interactive session. So I will open house in the midway only. We are ready for your questions you have in mind. So it becomes two-way communication. So this is open house. Anybody can ask a question. किसी को पूछना हो, please raise your hand so that the panel is ready to answer your questions.
The question is addressed to Prince. Your Honor, you please tell us, how does it feel be playing the dual role of understanding events and hosting events? How do you feel playing that role?
मैंने सोचा था, अपनी बात हुई थी कि सारे मुश्किल सवाल आप मेरे सीधे हाथ पे पूछेंगे और आसान सवाल मुझसे पूछेंगे। अभी आप ये देखिए, ऐसे गंभीर गंभीर सवाल पूछेंगे तो फिर कैसे काम चलेगा। नहीं, देखिए, टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट, अब जो है वो पहले जैसी औपचारिकताएं मैं मानता हूं कि नहीं रही। पहले हिंदुस्तान पाकिस्तान था कि अच्छा ये काम ये करेंगे तो ये कैसे होगा, वो कैसे होगा। खूब सारे सवाल होते थे, खूब सारी गर्दिश होती थी, आदमी बहुत सारी उलझनों के साथ में बैठा रहता था। अब मैं ये मानता हूं कि जब से ये फोरम्स बने हैं, लोगों की एक बातचीत चालू हुई है, एक दूसरे से चर्चा करना चालू हुई है, जितनी औपचारिकताएं पहले थी वो अब धीरे धीरे कम होती चली गई है। तो अब मैं मानता हूं कि मेजबान भी जो है वो कहीं ना कहीं खुद भी मेहमान है और जो मेहमान है वो खुद भी कहीं ना कहीं मेजबान हो चुका है। तो अब जो ये परिवार जो है और लोग जो है वो एक दूसरे के साथ में इतना आ चुके हैं कि अब वो धीरे धीरे वो लकीरें जो पहले खींची हुई थी, मैं ये मानता हूं, मेरी मतलब जो छोटी सोच है मेरे को यही कहती है कि अब जो वो चीजें जो है जमीन पर अब रही नहीं है। तो अब उन चीजों का झगड़ा नहीं रहा। अगर हमसे कोई चीज नहीं होती तो अब हमारे को कोई तकलीफ नहीं होती उठा के फोन करने के लिए कि साहब हमारे को ये खाना बनाना नहीं आता, हमसे नहीं बनेगा, संजय जी आप मदद करोगे क्या। तो अब वो सारी चीजों का जो पहले जो झगड़े होते थे, मतभेद हो जाता था, वो सारी चीजें होती थी, वो अब मैं मानता हूं कि नहीं है। और अब भी मैं कहता हूं कि मतभेद होना चाहिए, मनभेद नहीं होना चाहिए। तो अब मैं ये मानता हूं कि जो पहले मनभेदों की दृष्टि से जो काम शुरू हुए वो अब धीरे धीरे मतभेद की तरफ बढ़ने लग गए, और जो चिंता के काम थे वो चिंतन की तरफ बढ़ने लग गए। तो उस तरीके से मैं मानता हूं कि इन चीजों का अपन ने एक समाधान और एक हल ढूंढा है।
So connect, collaborate and celebrate. I think this works.
हुकम, एक पर्सनल क्वेश्चन पूछ रहा हूं सर आपसे। आपके यहाँ पे एक ग्रुप के अंदर एक हीरा है, वो आपने हीरा कैसे तो तलाशा, और क्या वो कोयले से हीरा बनाया है, वो पहले से हीरा था? उस हीरे का नाम है दशरथ सिंह जी। तो वो कैसे आप उनको खोजा, कैसे उनको लाए, उनकी कैसे वो मार्केटिंग उन्होंने एमबीए किया कि वो सिखाए गए, कैसे उनको ट्रेन किया है? बट ऐसा बंदा मैंने भी पूरी दुनिया में काम किया है, ऐसा मार्केटिंग का बंदा जो डेडिकेटेड आई हैव नेवर सीन। तो ये कैसे आपने इनको खोजा?
ये काश मेरे पास में सवाल का जवाब होता। मैं सिर्फ इतना सा ही कहना चाहूंगा, मैं ईमानदारी से कह रहा हूं, मतलब ये और दूसरी और कोई तरीका या रास्ता या जरिया मुझे हकीकत में अगर आप पूछेंगे तो मुझे आता भी नहीं। सबसे पहली बात तो ये कि जिस बुनियाद के ऊपर हम लोगों ने इस काम को चालू किया था, जो दादाश्री ने शुरुआत करी, आज पिताश्री उस चीज को आगे बढ़ा रहे हैं। और देखिए, पानी जो है वो हमेशा ऊपर से बहता है। अगर पानी ऊपर से साफ बहेगा तो वो नीचे भी साफ जाएगा, अगर ऊपर से ही मटमैला बहेगा तो नीचे भी जो है वो वैसा का वैसा ही जाएगा। तो और इस चीज के अंदर मैं जरूर कहूंगा कि जितने भी हमारे पास में लोग हैं, मैं ये मानता हूं कि वो एक एम्प्लॉयर वाला रिश्ता नहीं है। मतलब ये मैं ईमानदारी से कह रहा हूं, और काश अगर आप ये शायद उनसे भी पूछेंगे तो अब 8 बजे के बाद नहीं, मतलब उसके पहले अगर आप पूछेंगे तो मेरा ये मानना है, मतलब मुझे होश है कि मैं गुजरात में बोल रहा हूं। बट ऑन अ सीरियस नोट, अगर आप मैं ईमानदारी से आपको बताता हूं, दिल पे हाथ रख के बात कहता हूं कि जितने लोग हैं ना, ये एक परिवार है। मतलब आज इन लोगों ने हमारे को उंगली पकड़कर सिखाया है इस बात को, इस सार्वजनिक मंच पे मेरे को मानने में किसी भी प्रकार से, मेरे को वेडिंग इंडस्ट्री के बारे में क ख ग घ नहीं आता था। जितना सीखा है, अगर अपन कहें इस बात को, शुरुआत करें इस बात की, तो इस मामले में पहला गुरु मेरा दशरथ सिंह रहा। इसमें मेरे को कोई शर्म नहीं है इस बात को कहने में।
Great. Thanks, Sachit, on this. Anyone from Gujarat, Surat, Baroda would like? Yes, मैं हूं ना?
Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. My question is to Mr. Sanjay. Foodlink is one of the very known global brand, and you work across the globe. Being a dry state of Gujarat, you came up with this huge iconic venue, Jade. What potential capacity you are looking at from Ahmedabad and Gujarat compared to other region?
So, this Jade banquet is the first banquet of this quantum we have created. It has more of strategic importance than just the financial viability which we're looking for. This is a 360-degree venue where, conferences to exhibition, if you understand the way it's designed, it can take a lot of capacity-based all sorts of events, whether it's a Sangeet, whether it's a wedding, whether it's a wedding reception, whether it's an exhibition. Maybe it might not give us the, return on investment which we will look for. Maybe, it might be a little longer drawn than it should ideally be. But to us, it is about, our presence and leadership position in Gujarat, which we would cement with this. So that is all the thought behind it.
Thank you.
Very good question, Vyang. In fact, when before the session we were having a coffee and we were having a chat, तब Lakshyaraj ji said कि किसी होटल ने अब तक banquet नहीं बनाया. It is the thought and vision of Sanjay Vasirani, who thought such a huge investment to put it. And your question is very logical. The P&L कैसे बनेगी, ROI कैसे होगा? But it's the amazing answer that your vision is not only commercial, it is brand positioning and leadership in that space he belongs to, which also requires a huge round of applause of thinking so beautiful, and that too in our own Ahmedabad and Gujarat. So it's a moment of pride for us. Thank you, Jaydeep, because you are giving us a product, such a fantastic product to give it to our clients. End of the evening, you need a good product, all right, to do justice to your work as well. Anyone else in the house?
Good afternoon, everybody. My question to all the panelists. After this COVID era, now where do you see this industry to go for? यहाँ से आगे इंडस्ट्री कैसे जाएगी, all everybody's view on this and how to go forward for all of us together. Thank you.
We start with the big boss.
I think the greatest thing in this question, I will leave the more experienced to answer, but the greatest revelation in this question that has been कि आफ्टर कोविड एरा, मतलब ये तो तय हो चुका है कि कोविड खत्म है, तो अब इससे बाहर कैसे निकलना है वो मेरे साथी लोग मेरे सीधे हाथ पे बता देंगे.
No, I think so. I can tell you the trends and absolutely agree with Lakshyaraj ji. It's moving forward. I can tell you numbers of my hotel. November, December, January, February, Fairmont, Jaipur is sold out. So it shows, and it is full of destination weddings, not only from India, but also NRI weddings are coming back. In next 4 months, we have at least 5 NRI weddings. So that is giving a lot of, confidence for people across the world to come back to India. Recently, 100 crores vaccination has been achieved in India. This will only grow, right? What we have done as a strategy as a hotel, I have over 500 team members. Everybody is double dose vaccinated. All our event planners, I have seen, Gunjan is a perfect example sitting here. He rolled out in whole Jaipur to every event planner, the industries, players coming from the event industry, everybody double vaccinated dose, right? So I feel with these precautions of keeping a guard towards the safety aspects, both from a hygiene as well as COVID, there is no end. It is just the beginning for a new era. 2022 is going to be a golden year of weddings, I can assure you.
Great. Sanjay bhai, your views?
See, in my view also, I think, there's a short-term issue and a long-term, gain. Maybe currently these few 3, 4, 6 months, people are going to be a little cautious. Everybody's had a, very difficult times. So they might not be as excited. But as he rightly said, we are learning a little bit out of Dubai office, which we have just set up. Everybody is very excited to come to India and do a destination wedding, because they want to come back and connect to the roots. And I myself know within the primary circle back there are at least 7 or 8 friends out of the 25, 30 people I know who are having wedding this year. Maybe 6 months, there's going to be a big traction because of the pent-up demand also. 18 months, there's nothing happened. So next 6 months are going to be good. But 22, 23, 23, 24, sheerly by the statistics of the virtue of the number of people getting marriageable in age is humongous. So this has to go twofold in next 2 years, is my view.
Thank you. Jaydeep.
See, what I feel is I've been not more than 7 years in the business of weddings, but I've been following weddings for 10 years now. I think 22 and 23 are going to be the blockbuster years for wedding. The revenge tourism, you go to anywhere in India and ask for a hotel, maybe for 4 or 5 room nights. Nothing is available for next 100 days. Everybody's sold out, all right? A lot of weddings which were planned and rescheduled is now expected in 22 and 23. So, and everybody sitting in the house, maybe doing corporates, MICE or weddings, everybody is occupied. What size is different, but everybody has business. So I foresee if God is kind and nothing comes up, as we all say that COVID is gone, and rightly say that 100 crore vaccination has happened, and the way the emotions and sentiments are, everybody is celebrating life. Maybe weddings, maybe holidays, maybe anniversaries, everybody's in the party mode. Everybody now, it is how well we intelligently monetize it is what we all, means when you get a client, you have to decide you have a premium date. Want to pick that client on a smaller package or you want to wait for the big wedding to come to you. A lot of time because we waited for 2 years, we are desperate. Any first inquiry and desperate to close it at any price should not be the way of life. Hold on. There's so much of inquiries coming in. Wait for the big bang. If you get the right client, then only close it. And ethical, I've been preaching all our members that don't cut your prices just because because if we didn't have business for 2 years, make sure that you make money in this 1 year, what you lost in 2 years, opportunity cost. So keep patient, don't cut your prices, stay where you are, and we'll make the most, is my take on this.
Great. Thank you. Lakshyaraj ji, final call for you.
नहीं सर, देखिए मैं ये कहूंगा कि जब स्पेनिश फ्लू आया था 100 साल पहले, तो 10 साल उसको लगे थे जाने के लिए। आज ये देश और दुनिया 100 साल आगे आई है, तो कम से कम हम 5 साल 4 साल तो मान के चलें चीजों को वापस सामान्य होने के लिए। पर एट द सेम टाइम आई सर्टनली ऑल्सो फील कि स्लो एंड स्टेडी विल ऑब्वियसली विन द रेस. टफ टाइम्स डोंट लास्ट, टफ पीपल डू.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So friends, get ready. The goal is all yours. अपने सबको मिलके आगे बढ़ना है. Thank you very much.
And we say that हम एक हैं. That's the mantra which EMF has. So we all are united who's there in this house, and collectively we grow, including the panel on the stage and we all members too. Anyone else in the house to ask a question? Okay, then I would request to start with Rajiv. Your final take on this session, what you like to share with the crowd here?
You know, मेरी advice सबकी वही है. Moving forward, like I said, 2022 is a golden year. It is our year as an industry, hotels and events together. I feel very proud at Fairmont Jaipur to work very closely with Gujarat and all of you and all over the, wedding planners from all over the India. Working towards, a new era where we and, global companies like what Foodlink is, take it into a catering and food to a different end, right? So we are very flexible as hotels. Our focus is only one, is to give a full personalization and experience to the guest in a wedding. And trust me, hotels don't make weddings alone. We make it together. We might give good rooms, we might give good check-in, check-outs, good food, experience the hotel, but it's the event industry, it's the wedding planners, it's everything what you do here. You are the people who really put the crown on that wedding. Those dreams are really made by you. Entertainments, flowers, decoration, and together both of us take it to a different level. So keep on doing what you're doing with the best passion. 2022 is our year. एक चीज और मैं बताना चाहूंगा कि although it's almost the last stages of COVID which is coming, लेकिन जितने गेस्टों से मैं अभी भी होटल में मिलता हूं, उनके अंदर अभी भी इंटरनेशनल वेडिंग्स करने का एक फियर है कि मैं थाईलैंड जाऊं या अंतालिया जाऊं. वो एक फियर है, बिकॉज कुछ नहीं पता है कि इंटरनेशनल रेगुलेशंस अभी क्या होने वाले हैं, राइट? आज सबने पूरी दुनिया में पता नहीं कितनी तरह की वैक्सीन ली है, किसने स्पुतनिक ली है, किसने कोवैक्सीन ली है. आज भी रेगुलेशंस क्लियर नहीं है कि किस कंट्री में कौन सी अलाउड है नहीं है. वो एक डिफरेंट गेम चल रहा है वहां पे उसका. So international weddings, I don't know when it will come, right? But 2022 में, I'm very positive about it. We are getting queries for Q4 2022 already. So we look forward to welcome each one of you to Jaipur, and we collaborate and do the best justice to the year.
I think my closing words would be, keep up the enterprising spirit which this fraternity has. And I think as JD also pointed out, we must stay where we are, stay calm, and be ready to take on the challenges and the opportunities which the new world after we cross this bridge would bring to us. All the best to everyone.
So, I said my take. My take is, keep calm, stay calm, rightly said. We have this many sour rates which we have to make money out of. And being a smart businessman, let's not take anything that comes to us. Let's monetize it very intelligently and make the most.
अब देखो सब मीठा खाने के बाद नमकीन खिलाते हो लास्ट में. मतलब मीठा खाने के बाद में कौन नमकीन खाएगा बताओ? सारा तो बता दिया आप लोगों ने.
सर आप उसके भी वाव कर दोगे.
I think on a lighter note, the only thing that comes to my mind, I think the answer is very much on the stage. सारा जो मेरे मानने में जवाब जो है वो इस मंच पर है. अगर इवेंट ट्रू हो, लिंक अगर फूड का हो, और अगर माउंट अगर फेयर हो, और लक्ष्य अगर अपना साफ हो, तो राज तो होना है.
So thank you everyone, to all the panelists, and you made the session really interesting and interactive. Thank you all the members who are here in the house. One picture and then we close the session and then head it over to the charming lady.
Well, thank you so much for such a wonderful session. Ladies and gentlemen, please give them a big round of applause. Zordar taaliyan ho jaye. And Lakshyaraj ji, last में जो आपने कहा, that was, I think, amazing, an unforgettable one.